So we are now back. So yeah, let's feel the busy hair on customer busy. I found the voice of empowerment and the man is really simbiso and no music. She don't for mbele pashirongwa chedu chino ache hours I'm chedu nde chedu kwa akuna mumwe nde chedu isusa matuke akuna mumwe anotula chini chimuti ndezva manje tisu takabata chimuti tiri kufamba nacho chifura mbele ane program yedu takatsikwa hedu ne Chinhoyi Technical High School. Anyways, moving on to Chimbotana, the Child President of Zimbabwe. Now that is the Child President of Zimbabwe. I feel honored to be talking to you. I think next time for that personal assistant.
Obviously, no business.
So I think we need to take me about because hey, so anyways, moving on, I would like to understand what do you think are the key qualities of a good leader?
The key qualities of a good leader, you know, some people say that you have to be selfless, put other people first. Those are part of something that you have to realize that if you do not have oversight and to foresee events or quick thinking, definitely you are not going anywhere. Because recently I've learned that we are all human and we make mistakes, and you have to prevent those mistakes from happening. Because as a leader, if you make a mistake, it is the most noticeable mistake, and if you make a mistake that everyone might admire, they might repeat that same mistake. So you must be leading by example at all times.
So how is the cabinet system at Chinhoyi Technical helping you to develop those qualities?
You know, in 2024, I served as the Director of Student Affairs, right?
Okay.
So this is where I got my grassroots, the basis of understanding child rights, their needs, what they want. So basically, before going to being the President of Zimbabwe, I had to understand the issues to do with children, and this was very easy through the cabinet system at Chinhoyi Technical High School. It's actually a platform that is now grooming the leaders, you get me?
Okay. Thank you so much. So when I'm moving on, I would like to understand how do you balance your national role as a child president and your responsibility as a student at Chinhoyi Technical?
Well, balance is more of an overrated word.
Okay.
Because speaking with my predecessors, one of them, Unatinyoni, said, I had a choice. Either I pass very well or I become the best leader they've ever seen. And then he chose to pass very well. But then the task was now up to me to choose either academics or the posts. So what I had to do now is I had to create a schedule for myself. I had to make sure that during the school days, I decline some of the events if they are not important. But during holidays, I won't catch me on the ground. I'm out there with them flying, making policies and doing stuff. So this is how I actually managed to balance in my own context.
So what message then would you like to convey to young people across Zimbabwe about the importance of leadership and civic engagement?
What I have discovered now is that leadership is the most difficult role. Not just speaking in political context, because in every place you go, there's a leader. Even in hospitals, there are leaders. Everywhere there's a leader. And there has to be someone to be chosen to lead the rest. And then it's not an easy task. It's not something that you can just wake up to and say, I want to be a leader. It is something that is, what can I say, practice. Something that you have to find within. You have to take up the responsibility. Because, you know, my Home Minister, Honorable Tena Machakere, once said, as a leader, everything you do is insignificant. But then, however, it's important that you do it. You might not get recognized of the works that you're doing, but then we need someone to do them. We need someone to protect the vulnerable. This was kind of a message that I was trying to say. If someone says no, someone has to be there to protect them. And as the president once said, we might be all children of Zimbabwe, but then he said, we are the children who are supposed to build it. Even though we do not get recognized, we will still build our country.
Okay. Understanding with the type of work that you need to be doing, don't you ever get overwhelmed? Like, do you ever get overwhelmed?
Yeah, the pressure is real. It's very true, because I have to balance being a normal child, being the child president, because I manage a parliament of 360 members.
Wow.
And everyone reports back to me. And then, like I said, you have quick thinking, because every decision that you make at that moment is going to affect the rest of the children in Zimbabwe. Just imagine making a mistake, what it can cause. So the pressure is always real. You have to think first.
All right, sorry to ask this, but how then do you get yourself over the overwhelming process? How do you go about it?
So at first I used to think that everything was up to me. But then I realized, no, I actually have ministers. I actually have other members of parliament in different sectors of our cabinet system. So what I do is now I distribute the tasks.
Okay.
And once everyone is given the task to do, they will now bring feedback back to me, and then I compile it. After compiling it, then I go to every mentor of mine, giving them a printed paper, and just leave it and say, I don't want you to take me serious, but at least when you get the time to read it and get back to me. And I know that one of them will at least get back to me with the proper feedback.
So has that helped you?
It has very helped me a lot.
Okay, good to hear. So moving on, how do you intend to contribute to the fight against the scourge of drug and substance abuse?
See, the junior parliament had become more of a ceremonial thing, where people just go there and they say, this is the president, these are the ministers, and then they disappear. But however, in my term of office, I pledged that we're going to turn from ink on paper into a breathing, living reality. That's what I pledged to do. So in every anti-drug abuse campaign, I was there. In every time they were going to make a new policy, I was there giving a contribution. I was even there when children's rights were being, what can I say? Children's rights are there, right? But then sometimes they're not really put into place, because you find that children are still not safe. So what am I doing now? I'm not saying, no, we need a child safeguarding policy. And I can actually say that with that idea that I came up with, we actually now have a child safeguarding policy in Zimbabwe. And then I was actually there sitting as a member of parliament for SADC, telling our vice president, Honorable Chiwenga, that, you see, we have social media influencers. They're showing content online. They're showing people doing drugs, and if a child sees this type of content, they'll think, no, this is proper, this is something that is normal, but then it's not. So what do we need in Zimbabwe? We need to regulate the type of content that children are seeing. We need to show them that, no, this is not proper, and at most of all, they shouldn't even be seeing that on social media, because some countries have actually banned social media for people under the age of 16, because these are the root causes of such things. Because if you never knew that there were drugs in the first place, were you going to do them? No. So these are the things that we're trying to eradicate, well, in my left 6 months of office.
All right. Hey, this is a whole lot of work that you do, and I'm actually happy that I've got the opportunity to meet you. She has some one was like, this is Chinhoyi. I'm not for Chinhoyi, child president. I was like, okay. So I'm actually happy of the things that you're doing. Also, do you have any few words that you'd like to say, Kunima, my youth?
Yeah, tinotombokurudzirana kuti, after holiday, I know most of us taifara tanomaiyo, like the president said, but then this is a new year, 2026. And then coming from my father, he said, if someone asks you what's your favorite color, tell them it's money. Don't tell them the color, just tell them it's money. And this year, we want to do something different. Okay. We need to go out there as the youth. Let's not rely on being given stuff. Let's make stuff for ourselves. Because when the people who are supposed to build our nation, sometimes these people who are there right now, they will go, and then who will take charge then? So we have to start taking charge now. And I'm sure that Zimbabwe is a very beautiful country. It has very beautiful minds. And then we're going to succeed this year. I just feel it. That's what I know.
All right. So thank you so much for having this opportunity, or giving us the opportunity to understand of the cabinet system that you've applied. And I'm feeling it like it's actually good, it's actually great. And thank you so much for being here at Tripano Pakasavezi FM, visiting Kariba. I don't know how we have seen this Kariba. What you feel as says?
You know, Kariba is very hot, and then I just looked at the jam you get me, and I was like, after the interview, I'm just gonna go take a bath in the jam, just swim, you know, just cool off.
And so that's what she's on Zimbabwe. Please don't. Please
Trust
don't.
me.
So okay, thank you so much, guys, from joining us here at Samavezi FM, the voice of empowerment and development. Chingo Sangatipan Passion hours is hours. Mushifamba with your one DJ, DJ Helen. One musala job. Akuna musala da radio. Mazo pone musala di move unze uto apane because ndininde kamusala do radio. So thank you so much. So stay tuned for more information. Mundu apese kune vamwe vakuru vacho timbonyatso kunzwa vambota 1 2 3 mashoko mashomanana atichenge tichimbokurukura nawo. So stay tuned tichipfuura pamberi.